Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Well, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful this week something might happen other than the jiggles up and down. Um, we're faced with a similar situation where we need to see the daily chart perform in a way that comes into alignment with the weekly chart. And it was the same thing last week. And when prices were up here, I think this was that Friday before, and this was last Monday, right? And you know, down at the bottom of the support area here, and it went up and it poked up last Monday, and it formed that tail, and then the news and Fed and all of that things came back down to support, and then Friday, Apple jobs report, things gap up, and buyers show up again. And in the grand scheme of things are just ping ponging back and forth in a trading range within a larger trading range, and that's been going on for quite a long time, as you can see on the weekly time frame. However, on the weekly time frame now, on some charts, NASDAQ, spiders, we've got two bottoming tail bars. And I think at this point in time, it's like, you know, get off your butt, do something here, or sometime, we have this saying sometimes prices go down because they didn't go up. And that could be one of those situations. So technically, looking at this pattern of going sideways for a month, two rejections week to week, and bottoming tail bars, it's time to take this out and move up. And the next level, granted, isn't that far away, but that doesn't mean, that it has to turn back down and aggressively from there. So we've got this on the weekly chart, this deep retracement into resistance, holding there for 4 weeks, two bottoming tail bars. It's got to confirm by taking out the high and then move higher. So what we want to see, what we want to see is the same thing we wanted to see last week, and it didn't happen, which was some sideways price action here, or a beginning of a dip that flips right back up again. A continuation pattern, as we call it. That could be a bullish 180. That could be, a gap down and closing at the high, some type of minor retracement that flips right back up again. So starting today, things are basically going nowhere. You can see the cursor there on the 5-minute chart, and where it is on the daily chart, it's just up, a fraction, a little bit within Friday's range, nothing. So, this pattern we've been talking about for quite a while. And as I look at this, I'm just looking like, okay, is this potentially another one of these head and shoulders top patterns, which, as we look at many different sectors, they're all over the place, but they don't trigger, where they have to go back down, and some of them come down, but they don't flip back up again in any significant way, and they don't break down through support. So we just continue to have this running in place, go nowhere market, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm thinking, just based on how long can this go on without this market succumbing, and I should say buyers or sellers giving it up one way or the other. So some sideways price action here, maybe for maybe a couple of days. I mean, it could just blast through, but the risk with that is same that it was here, a greater than 100% retracement. And then typically what happens, momentum stalls, and it can stall and go sideways. But last week it stalled and went back down to the bottom, and here was still stuck in this range. All right. It is what it is. We wish we can get prices trending, but they're not doing that yet. So S&Ps, you can see similar pattern, and you see the reversal back up again, and we're stuck here. Same pattern, basically. Support and resistance, back and forth. Going to take out this weekly highs and move up to the next level, and we'll see where we go from there. Now, SPX, it's, we're not where we used to be months ago, where they were all these no-brainers. So where's the premium? So we go far enough away, and then where there is sufficient premium, look at what the average ranges are, where support and resistance is, and figuring maybe 20 wide, something. You can go wider if it was a no-brainer, but I don't think any of these are no-brainers where prices are starting out where it was. And so these strikes where there's enough premium to do a spread, are they within striking distance of where prices are the prior day? Absolutely, yes. We could have another green day up here, and just starting out here doing nothing, and down at 40.95. Absolutely, it could go down there. Or the unknown is, does it just chop around here? We've got this deep retracement, Friday's bar into the prior pivot high. It stops there. So far, it's just sitting there. So when I talk about consolidation, sometimes we call it absorbing supply, where we get some bullish price action, sort of like the weekly chart. Right? We could say that's bullish price action on the weekly chart because it's overall, it doesn't go anywhere. But when it dips down, it comes back up again. And the closing prices and opening prices are about in the same place. And you look to the left, it's at resistance. So this communicates to us that when it dips, there's strong demand and it drives it back higher, but not enough demand to take it through resistance. So again, same story. Can it go sideways here for a day, which is the ideal scenario, where it attempts to go up and comes back in again, showing that demand is still strong, but now at a higher level. That's the essence of bullish price action. Meaning there is greater supply at resistance, and the demand, which took it up to the high, is holding it up there. In other words, or another way of looking at it is that buyers have now become more confident to buy at a higher level, and we see this kind of price action at resistance, and ultimately it's got to take out the highs, right? It's got to get out of the trading range. Otherwise, it's just more of the same. So doing a spread that's within striking distance, the 41.75, maybe it's kind of a coin flip, but I mean, after Friday, you wouldn't think it would go all the way back down to the low, but this is a schizo market. So it is possible. I don't know what would drive it down there at this point. And to go back up to the prior high on a day like this, sure, why not? But things are going nowhere. We look at internals for some guidance, a little bit more to the bullish side since breadth has come down toward this level. Sentiment is still absolutely neutral and has been that way for, a couple of months now. I don't think I ever remember seeing that. So I'm not excited for these. I mean, I could pick a point intraday if things start to move and then get a better assessment than early in the morning here. That's my view on it, but that's where there's premium in, and you can see, in my opinion, either one of those are within striking distance today if things could get some momentum, either up or down. Well, that's where most of the power was. NASDAQ, deep retracement up there, maybe a 1, 2, 3. We'll see what unfolds. You can see the bottoming tail bars there on the weekly time frame. So, tech looks the best. And the Russell, it came back up, it participated, but you've got this big sideways trading range, this big head and shoulders top. To get something going, it's got to take out this right shoulder. So we're waiting for more information. The Dow broke this prior low. It took out the prior high, and it takes out the prior low. More crazy price action. And same story. It needs to come back up again, deep retracement, take that out, pull back, do something bullish that would give us more confidence. And this isn't the index of choice, right? Tech has been doing the best. Looking at the cues here, you can see that nice bar. It held up near the top of the range. It didn't go all the way back down like the S&Ps because the banking stocks that got clobbered and dragged that down, and the oil stocks. Oil's been all over the place. You can take a look at here. It's coming off of the low, more ping pong, but breakdown, resistance, pullback, popping back up again. It's been an amazing market of uncertainty, for sure. Maybe gold is topped out, but the dollar isn't moving yet. Silver. This could definitely be a bearish pattern if it would take out this high, since this was extended and then flipped back up. As long as it stays within last week's range, that would be positive. It doesn't have much more room to go up here, but with a pattern like that, where it tries to roll over and you got a range expansion bar, and looking at it on the daily chart, you can see this rounding bottom, taking out those lows, coming all the way back down here. It's going to be bearish if that happens. As long as it stays up here, buyers have the edge. Bitcoin holding up pretty darn well. I don't know what's going on this morning, but I noticed some of the stocks related to Bitcoin aren't having a good morning. So still just a trading range, but it had a good day on Friday and now gapping down, not breaking any support. But you say I've got an alert here, and you want to keep an eye on that because there is somewhat of a correlation to the broader markets. Peak at interest rates, doing nothing, up here a little bit, but they've been in this trading range that we've been talking about now for at least a month. You see the weekly chart coming down to those pivots. It's doing nothing. So bottom line, we're waiting for some clue of a significant move up or down in some market that would support a bias toward the equity markets. At this point, it starts getting to show me any market that looks like it'll move and we could go there. Currencies, sideways, nothing. They're holding up here, but little extended euro there. That doesn't tell us much. Canadian dollar, been a trading range, but something going on there. The pound, that's not bad. That's not bad. Keep an eye on the dollar. You might take a look at that intraday. And that's a big trading range, but that's a reversal. Pretty wide whippy ranges. But, it's that resistance. I'll see what that does. I'm going to keep an eye on these for a few days today and see what they do. And I guess I'll just take a look at the transports. Same story, going nowhere. And it's transports, retailers, different ETFs. A lot of this head and shoulders pattern, as I mentioned earlier, but it doesn't break down. It doesn't break out either. And we'll see if this week is the week where something happens here, because it's been a month of a little more than a month of a lot of nothing. So we'll see how it goes. All we can do, we'll stick through this, and at some point it's going to start moving. So all yours, Dan.
Good morning. Yep, even though the NASDAQ the best, we have a lot of bullish setups still. But my concern with entering a lot of bullish setups is if we don't have the horsemen with us, then that's going to decrease the odds of our patterns moving. And we'll just approach it like everything else every day, see what alarms go off. I don't have that many alarms going off, actually. Both our opens and new trade ideas. Yeah, alarm. Yeah, actually, I did have an alarm on Southeast go off. This is on my core watch list. And talking about the turn. So yeah, that's a definite watch, but wow, it's capping up $5 though. So not sure what to do with that. Open, it's a wide range igniting. It's more would be it's right at resistance, so it's not, you don't have a good void. AAL got an upgrade, I think. You know, it's just, yes, it's bullish. Yes, red bar ignored. You don't have a great void either. Talking about airlines though, I like UAL better. Doing the AB test, you got a nice 180 reversal, and I think this can get through that easier than AAL. So yeah, Bitcoin down. There was some news. Binance was halting some withdrawals. So Ether here, we actually have a position in this. A beautiful turn there. So we'll watch the Bitcoin stocks. Mara, I actually set an alarm at 245 because if it can somehow negate this gap down, the daily still is bullish. Kroger, I just had an alarm go off. That was a buy setup 1, 2, 3. Well, gotta write these down. Snow, we have a put spread. We got a nice gap up that had an upgrade, so I tighten the stop. A couple outliers here, gapping up huge. Zulu Sierra. Wow, I mean that's massive. Gapping up to the 50 MA. I don't know if that was. I don't think it's earnings, but there's nothing to do with it. CTLT gapping down. I mean, that's massive, ugly. Oh, it pre-announced. All right, cool. These regional banks, a couple of them are getting additional bounces from last week's carnage. No patterns though, and we're still playing with fire in that sector. Estee Lauder, we're actually short puts. So this is good news. I'll even see if we can get out of this thing at a small profit. Oil I was watching for possible put spreads on the gap up on Friday. Now it's gapping up again though. Ideally, I was hoping for a little bit more pullback into the gap and then reversal. We can consider some oil put spreads. SMG might have got an upgrade. You know, the monthly 50% retracement. I don't know. I think we have better. Crowd. Nice gap, but to resistance in a downtrend. I don't know what to do with that. Alex, this was on your list, some type of fixed income thing. I like it. Daily, weekly, monthly, QYLD. Tomo, I have an alarm. It's a sell setup. LOW, bullish retest here with a 180. Not bad. DEA, this would be what we call a red bar ignored continuation breakout into the void. I have an alarm at 1435. Our coin and Mara, we talked about that sector. FTMT, again, you know, deep retracement. I like 1, 2, 3s better on these. Let them rest, but it is gapping up from an end of day base. So day trade only for me if it sets up, because look at your resistance. It's gapping to resistance. Let's see how it sets up. All right. Oh, so AMR was earnings. All right. So no, my bad. AMR. That was the old American Airlines. I still have that in my head. So 153.50. Bullish gap, but no pattern. Workday, credit spread watch. Definitely, there's juice. Go through the checklist. AXSM. Gaps a little excessive for me, but that was a bullish close, bullish daily, bullish weekly, monthly. HNI is an ugly downtrend, looks like a short. Friday's low, FRPT. I don't see any volume here. But Friday's high would be bullish. I don't know if this tail is real. You'd have to drop down to a 5-minute chart. Because look at it, just kind of blip. If it is real, that's bullish. Downside shakeout. 6 flags, 25.90. Wow, that's a big gap. And wow, look at the volume on Friday too. No pattern though, but we can check some of those leisure stocks with Jets up, with 6 flags up. Cruise and ETF, that's a closing breakout. And it looks like it can go to 19. All right, Tyson getting whacked. 50. Man, that's gapping to the yearly low. I have it here in the bottom right. I have no idea what buyers and sellers will do at the open, so we just watch it. eBay, we entered on Friday. Long calls. I have that still in this middle, but you know, I was leaving in here as an ad. That's a nice earnings gap breakout reversal right in support where it should. VTRS 960 could be the start of a bottoming pattern. It's a double bottom with a new low plus. That's what we say. So not bad. It's just gapping up. I don't know. It's worth watching. Whiskey. Yeah. Daily, weekly, monthly. Sure. Let's put it on a list. Sure. Plug. Potential bottoming pattern, but it's still nasty. Daily, weekly, monthly. So I got enough to watch. I don't. Lima. Look at this power downtrend on the monthly. Look at that. We use the 10 MA on the monthly. Look at that. So even though the daily looked like the potential bottom, now it's gapping down. I don't know, that's been pain. ENR, it's a bear 1, 2, 3 under Thursday's low. A dish, another nasty downtrend. Look at that. This thing, look at the monthly. This thing was $45 last year. Wow, major media company looking horrible. But Tide up and down, $21, no pattern. All right, that's it there. Let's just see what else I got on my interest list. UAL, I talked about. ARC F, I like daily, weekly, monthly. Look at the monthly. This could be the home run for long entry if it and the market holds here. Met V. I think, I guess like the buy setup here on the weekly. Metaverse ETF. Yeah, Greg mentioned that in his video. That's where I saw it. Bots I like on daily, weekly, monthly. Myrna, potential put spread, but there was no juice. AMAT, put spread idea. LRCX, breakout or put spread idea. Could be breakout daily, weekly, but this thing trades wildly. Look at all those overlapping bars, but it's a put spread idea. ON, put spread idea. SMHs, XLC, buy setup daily, be a 1, 2, 3 on the weekly. That's IHI. Strong, but you know, if this fails, there's I don't like 20 being so far from the 50. Technology holding up the best over Friday's high. Though bottoming pattern. Yeah, whiskey was on our list last week. Yes, I'm hoping for a 1, 2, 3, Randy. If we get a 1, 2, 3, then yeah, tomorrow we can buy the highs. I'm sure it's on my list somewhere, but I'll add it again here. Yeah, I was talking about that on Friday morning when it started ripping. One of you asked me about it, and I gave you the green light. It looked good. Mitch, or Mitch is a bear. 1, 2, 3. That looks good. Lower. NFE bottoming pattern. PLD broke out. Mohawk. I have an alarm. Let's say this is one I would not buy Friday's high. Thursday's high is so close that I would wait for Thursday's high. It's an inverse head and shoulders here. I'm going to set an alarm at 101. LSI, that's a beautiful new low 2-bar reversal after a see when many times when you have a buy setup like this and you think the daily and weekly are close, this is exactly the pattern I look for. Let the buy setup fail and then quickly reverse like this. Now I have a buy setup on the weekly. So that this new low rejection makes that pattern better than taking this first buy setup because it had no potent turn. This now is your potent turn. Alex, I know you're watching Goose. CPT, little buy setup, little bull flag. I have an alarm at high 110s. A DEA alarm. Right. This is on Sam's list. Let's see if it can get above Friday's high. APP alarm. This I think has earnings, but I like it as a naked put play. Let's see the $15 puts. Shoot, our Estee Lauder is coming in again. It gave up that beautiful gap. At $15 puts. 50, they're really spready. I'm going to try to get price improvement actually. 45. Let me try 70. No fill. 65. I'll just leave it there and see if I can get price improvement. PNR. PNR alarm. This was bullish consolidation, top edge of this. You can watch that on a pullback I like. AMAT. I like as a put spread. Bots. 25. Over 25, 36. Shoot, Greg, I just saw your things in YouTube. Here, we can look at them right now. Here, let me type them right here, and so then I can talk about them real quick because YouTube is still open. Look at Tyson, looks horrible. So bots over the day's high now. I like new alarm. SG. Alex, your FOBO I had in a window is still moving here. Wow. Guild. Well, right now it's failing, Jose. It would be a bull. It's not a. I would not short it. It's down too much. But if it can take out Friday's high, then I like it. Vinda at the prior high. I'd prefer to go sideways a little more, but I like the daily weekly is constructive. And Sina, I don't know what you're looking at. You gotta. I don't know. It's bouncing off a nasty gap. Really, yes. I like this one the best. It's a gap reversal, closing breakout, 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's actually, we gave that to subscribers as a 1, 2, 3. MDB. It's bottom of the range, top of the range. I wouldn't do anything with it. It needs to need a continuation pattern or consolidation of some sort. INSG.